Weird man tried to follow me and my mom. It started like any normal day. My mom and I were getting ready to go out. We walked out of our house together, laughing about something silly. She was holding her purse and trying to find her keys to lock the gate. She checked her jacket pockets, then her jeans, then started digging through her bag. I stood beside her just waiting, playing with my phone and talking softly to my pets, who were still inside. We had left the gate wide open while she searched. That's when I noticed him. There was a man walking down the sidewalk across the street. At first I didn't think much of it, just some stranger passing by. But then he stopped walking. Just stopped, and he looked right at us. His stare wasn't normal. You know when someone looks at you and you just feel it in your stomach, like something is off? That was this moment. He didn't just glance at us. He stopped in the middle of the sidewalk and stared. His eyes were wide, and he had this strange, creepy smile on his face. Not friendly, not nervous, just weird. I can't explain it, but it made my skin crawl. It felt like he was looking through us, not at us. Like he wasn't seeing people, he was seeing something else. It felt wrong. I tried to calm myself down. Maybe he was just scared of a dog running out of the open gate. That actually happens a lot in our neighborhood. People don't always lock their gates, and their dogs sometimes run into the street barking at strangers. So I thought, maybe that's it. Maybe he heard me talking to the animals and thought one was about to chase him. I looked at my mom to see if she noticed. She had. She leaned in close and whispered, "What a weird guy." I nodded quickly. Finally, after a few more seconds of awkward fumbling, she found her keys. She made a point to close the gate slowly and lock it tight, loud enough so that the man could hear the click. She looked at him, then turned and started walking. I followed. He started walking too. At first I didn't realize it, but after a few steps I noticed the sound of his footsteps. We weren't walking fast, we didn't want to, but every time we slowed down I could hear that he slowed down too. We weren't sure if he was really following us or if we were just being paranoid. Still, I pulled out my phone and began texting my sister. "There's this creepy man. Mom and I think he's following us." What? I told her what he looked like, where we were, and what had happened so far. We didn't want to panic, but something felt wrong. You know that feeling when you just know something bad could happen? It was like that. I held my phone tight and kept texting while we walked. We turned the corner and walked a little faster now. We didn't want to seem scared, but we also didn't want to keep walking with this guy behind us. Then we reached a part of the road where the sidewalk curved and trees blocked the view behind us. My mom suddenly stopped and whispered, "Wait here. I want to check something." Before I could answer, she turned back and quietly walked the few steps around the curve. She peeked back toward our street. The man was standing there. He hadn't kept walking. He hadn't turned down another road or gone on with his day. He was just standing in the middle of the street, not even trying to hide it. Not walking, not looking at his phone, not doing anything a normal person would do. Just standing, staring in the direction we had gone. She quickly came back to me and said, "Let's go. Keep walking." We didn't run, but we walked faster. My heart was beating so loud I could hear it. I tried to tell myself we were overthinking it, that maybe he was just a guy with bad social skills, but something deep inside me kept saying, "No, you're not overreacting. This is real." What scared me most wasn't just that he was looking at us, it was that he stopped at our house. In front of the gate. Where we live. I've lived in this neighborhood almost my whole life. I've walked these streets since I was a little kid. I know my neighbors. I've always felt safe here. That's what made this so scary. Because if you can't feel safe in your own neighborhood, where can you? My mind started racing. What if he comes back when we're not home? What if he remembers where we live? People have broken into houses around here before. A few years ago, someone broke into our neighbor's house while they were away. What if this guy does that? What if he waits until we're alone? And the scariest thought of all, what if he hurts someone I love? When we reached a busier street with more people and cars, we stopped and looked back. He wasn't following us anymore. We didn't see him. He must have turned around or taken another path. But that didn't make me feel better. It made me feel more anxious. Because now, we didn't know where he went. We didn't know if he stayed in the area or left. We didn't know why he was staring at us or why he followed us for that long. I didn't say much after that. I kept my phone close and stayed near my mom. She told me not to worry too much, but I could see that she was worried too. She kept looking around, checking behind us, making sure no one was near. When we finished what we had to do and walked back home, we were nervous the whole time. As we turned down our street, we both scanned the sidewalks. No sign of him. Still, when we reached the gate, Mom checked the lock again. She even pushed on it a few times to make sure it was really locked. Then she looked up at the windows of our house, as if to see if anything had been touched. Nothing was broken. Everything looked the same. But the feeling, that awful, cold feeling in your chest when you know something is wrong, was still there. That night I couldn't sleep well. Every little sound made me jump. I thought I heard someone outside, but when I looked, the street was empty. My mom told me to try and get some rest, that maybe the guy was just weird and harmless, but I didn't feel that way. He looked at us like we were targets, not like people. That kind of stare, it sticks with you. I kept replaying everything in my head. Him stopping, that stare, that creepy smile, the way he didn't even try to act normal, just stood there like he was trying to memorize our faces. The way he stood in the street after we left. I keep thinking about the worst case. What if he was planning something? What if we hadn't noticed him? What if we hadn't left together? And even now, days later, I still feel uncomfortable. I keep looking out the window. I double-check the locks. I don't leave the gate open anymore, not even for a second. Because sometimes it's not about what did happen. It's about what could happen.